Okay, so the update has hit, and there are a few changes for Dungeon 3. The boss's passive, Chroma, has started to work. So now you shouldn't use bleed or burns on the boss here. And I'm going to show the route that I will be taking, as well as I'm just going to clear the entire dungeon, every single node, so that you can refer to this guide to just clear every single stage, so you can skip ahead to whatever stage that you want to clear. I will be doing all the optional challenges, but I'll also show you the shortcuts that I figured out to get to the end of the stage as fast as you can. As for whether that's recommended, I'm actually not too sure whether that's easier. It also depends on your team comp and what you'll be bringing for the final fight. In general, you still need to do the same as Chapter 3. You need to bring all your blunt characters, and you also need to bring a few characters that can do not blunt damage. So, like, for example, my blunt team will mainly be Honglu, Assault, plus Faust, Heath, and Ishmael. And then for places where I need slashing, I'll bring in the slash gang, like these four here, plus Otis. And then sometimes you need piercing because there's a piercing enemy there's a piercing weakness in this game as well, in this dungeon. You will need to bring people like Quixote, Otis. Uh, I think Yisang and Gregor have pretty good pierce. Yeah, I'll be using all these units to clear, so you don't have to bring anyone that you don't want to. You can bring characters that are very strong in general, like Jacob Gregor. Can bring Think Tank Gang Leader. You can bring Kuro, Kumo, Honglu, Henchwoman, for example. Any for the new banner characters though, I probably won't recommend them for the boss. You can bring them to clear everything else, but generally not great for the boss because of their bleed focus kits. So if you even apply a few bleeds on her, it will become much more unbearable for you. So for your own sake, try not to bring anyone that bleeds. Yeah, for the boss fight only. Yeah, but everything else you can use bleeds if you still want to. Just make sure you have some units that you save just to fight the boss. And also the boss is blunt immune, so make sure you have that type covered for beating the boss. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just get into the dungeon. I won't be showing any of the story. I hope that you guys are actually playing the game and seeing the story for yourself. It's a pretty good story. Very proud of Sinclair. Okay, so most of these sword nodes are usually the templars. So bring the blood
흥미로운 일이 벌어지면 좋겠어요.
Yep. So throughout the run, you will see me sometimes do this blocking mechanic. So this block is consuming the token. So if I were to select this and block as well, even though I'm not using the block in a chain like this, it will still consume the token, letting you cycle your deck faster. It's a little trick that someone revealed to me, and I've been using it. It seems to be working out pretty well. I'm getting more 2s and 3s, skill 2s and skill 3s than usual. So using the trick, you can kind of tutor your deck to only get the good skills that you want.
규정에 따라 실행합니다.
Take note, you shouldn't always do that because you still need to get the elements for your egos. For example, in this team, Faust is a priority ego to activate, and you need quite a few blues, so we can't really throw away all of the downward slashes. You still need to trigger them a few times. But whenever there's an opportunity to burn two things at once, and you don't want them, it's a pretty good idea to just do that, so that you can cycle through the deck a little bit faster.
먼저 간다.
Oh, I'm getting very unlucky here. No, whirlwind. So for this dungeon, Heathcliff is generally my best performer. I've already cleared this dungeon a bunch.
먼저 간다.
Heathcliff Heathcliff. Heathcliff and Faust are usually my two highest DPSs. Heathcliff because, you know, he gives himself a bunch of attack power. Does a shit ton of blunt damage. And Faust is very strong because of Anyway. Anyway is her ego passive, so once you activate her ego, you get Anyway. And Anyway will give you 2 additional clashing power as well as 2 additional damage. So it's a very strong ego passive, and you should try and prioritize that for when you're fighting big enemies. I will be clearing all of these enemies here even though you don't have to. Just to show what happens when you do that. Since abnormalities, we can bring other people just to do damage and win clashes, so I'll just bring the team.
참전합니다.
You can just choose whoever you want. These just regular abno fights, so there's nothing really specific that you need to do about them. The only big fights that you need to worry about are the bosses in general. Yeah, these guys are a bit of a joke, so you can just really auto-battle your way through all of them. So actually, if you wanted to skip the templars and just auto-battle your way through, you could have gone the top route instead of the route I'm going now.
겨우 이 정도야?
예술이 뭔지 보여주지. 좋은 전략입니다.
Yeah, much easier than templars. Probably should have just done that on my first few tries, but I don't know. I guess I've been Stockholm syndrome into liking fighting these templars because it's very satisfying to see Heathcliff beat the shit out of them for huge amounts of damage. Chapter 3 has really changed my opinion on blunt characters, that's for sure.
금방 다녀올게.
In addition to that, all these fights here are good because they give you sanity whenever you win clashes. And winning these fights will let you keep your sanity for future checks, for example. So right now I'm bringing the team that I never use for the Templar fight, and they are gaining all the sanity which can be used to pass the checks later on. You don't have to do it, you can just use one team and just kind of run it down. It's just that maybe some of the checks will be a little bit trickier. If you want to have some team building help, what you can do is you can target a few egos that you want to pop on your characters. For example, Gregor's free ego, Legerdemain, the Apple ego, is very strong and could be something you build around. Although Gregor himself actually charges that ego, so it's pretty easy to get it. Okay, so here I'll be going through all these 3 rooms. The first one here is the machinery room. It's kind of a check to get a positive effect or a negative effect. I think the failure is you get some sanity damage and HP damage. The success is you get torch stack, which gives you 3 hits for the next 3 battles, which is perfect because I'm about to do 3 battles. The other option is you could just go here, do a battle, go here, do a battle, and I believe there should be a boss battle here, so you can get the haste all the way there. But I'm just going to pop mine here. I'm gonna go reverse, gonna do this. It's a sword icon, so it's probably just a regular Templar attack. Okay, I'm gonna burn that one. I'm gonna burn Undo. I'm gonna burn... Nah, Flight is good. Okay.
좋은 전략이네요. 가보죠. 적을 난파시켰습니다.
다음 판단을 부탁합니다.
Okay. Logger hit. I don't like logger hit. I don't like downward splash. Okay, everything here looks nice.
행동을 개시합니다.
Unlucky she lost. But it's okay, she has blunt resistance.
결정대로.
$513 twice. I'd rather save the energy. Oh, by the way, energy that you gain during your fights also transfers to the next fight. Only, I believe, at a half rate. So whatever you have here is divided by half for the next fight. So if you see me not want to use my egos, it's because I am saving them for the next fight, and I just don't see a need to do it. Ikrima's pretty beefy, she can take the hit.
지금이 기회입니다. 당연한 결과죠.
On the first area, there is a heal before you fight the boss, so you don't have to worry about what state you arrive at the boss.
규정대로
Go back, kill abnormalities. Who here doesn't have any sanity? Okay, I'll bring you. Huh, you. Okay then. Interesting. I do not know why Heath is 0. I'll bring Otis, then I'll bring Honglu. Yep. I could preserve Honglu's HP a little bit. I could also bring someone like Quixote, I guess. I just want to preserve the HP.
하라고?
폭들을 제거하겠소. 셔츠는 낙엽하오.
쉽구만.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
폭의 거울은 깨졌소.
승리했어.
Okay, so here we have a check that you can do if you just want to beat the waves normally without trying for this buff. You can just click this one. This one is a pretty strong one. It reduces the number of waves by 2, which means there's only one wave. And this one just gives you a buff. I think this one's a little bit easier compared to this one. This one's a bit harder than this one, and this one is just straight up no checks at all. So I like to use this one because the buff here is attack up 3 for all allies, which is very significant, makes the fight overall very easy. The problem is that it's not a guaranteed check. You should bring your highest sanity characters here with a good chance of winning the role. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone with very high in this team, so it's going to be a 50-50. It's going to be a... I don't know. I guess we let the dice decide. Guard gaming? Hey, we did it. Okay. So if you fail, you just have to do the entire fight again, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think they get any buffs. You just kind of have to do all 3 waves at the same time. Maybe take a few like sanity damage or something along those lines.
규정이라면 따르겠습니다.
I've only failed that once, I believe. Yeah, in I think 5 attempts, I've only failed that check once, so I found it like one of my safest options. If you guys don't feel safe or you want to try for the -2 waves instead, you can do that. I'm bringing the blunt team because it's all templars. Doing some of the deck where I consume the tokens that I don't want.
좋은 전략이네요.
Alright.
가보죠.
Since we're fighting about 2 waves of enemies, I kind of want to bring, I kind of want to pop a lot of egos here, so that I can reduce the amount of damage I take. I've cleared this dungeon with level 20s, so you don't actually need level 25s and whatnot to clear the dungeon. You just need to know what you're doing, you need to know what your team comps are and whatnot. Knowing the tech to delete extra tokens is also a pretty good one. For example, loggerhead skill 1, I don't want that, I want something else. Like slide or guard. Yeah, so you can see the attack buff here is really making all of these clashes really easy.
적을 난파시켰습니다.
It's a very satisfying feeling to just beat these guys after they bullied us in chapter 317 and onwards.
가라앉는군요.
Alright, simple one. Now we go to here. Let's see. We got dominating, sure. Dominating, sure. All these are dominating. This one's the favorite. Let's see. Favorite is 1. Oh well. I don't have an ego, so nothing I can do. I could pop Ishmael's one, but I think she's fine. I don't want the skill, I don't want the skill, I don't want longer hit. Okay, there we go.
규정에 따라 실행합니다.
Lovely.
적을 난파시켰습니다.
다음 판단을 부탁합니다.
Okay, so everyone staggered.
해보기는
Damage.
할게요.
Kill them
안
all.
되면 어쩔 수 없지만요. 쉽네. 야,
Whirlwind. Bonk.
늘 새롭다니까요.
당연한 결과죠.
Analytic Eye gives her more damage when she hits someone with a debuff, so it's pretty free damage. Okay. So that stage is done. Let's clear the rest of these out. Okay, so you get a sign. So a sign is important for the boss fight and nothing else. This is only significant if you bring Sinclair to the boss fight, and if not, don't bother about getting assigns. Okay, so we're gonna go the top route where there are some abnormalities, just the basic guys. So I'll bring anyone who needs to SP farm. No one? Okay, then I'll just bring people who are pretty high HP. So let's bring Yisang, maybe you guys, and Otis. Just make sure everyone's as healthy as possible. If you encounter a fight where you take too much damage for your liking, feel free to just give up and retry the stage again. You will not be given a loss, you will just be given a chance to retry the stage again. So there really is no reason to not retry if you are not able to clear the fight with pretty good amounts of HP and
순조로운
sanity.
전략이 좋은 전략입니다.
폭들을 제거하겠소.
Yeah, even if they hit you, the damage is like whatever.
좋은 전략입니다.
Okay, let's fight the Corroded entity block. These guys are still... Oh, wow, that's an Inquisitor. Okay, so this is an example of the boss that you will fight for this stage. You will need to bring slashers, lots and lots of slashers. Slashing is good against this guy, and having pierce and slash resist is also great as a secondary option.
목적지는
So this is
호기만소.
an example of the team that I can bring for this fight. Okay, so this guy is one of the mini bosses, I guess, a tough enemy that you have to engage with. So you need to know that every time he gets hit, he gains instinct, and if he gets 4, he goes into frenzy, which gives him 3 attack power and 3 fragile. Before he goes into that state, he will always have dodge, so you have to beat the dodge in order to hit him. In the aggressive state, he will have no dodge, so you just need to beat the moves. So you want to save your egos to pop when he goes aggressive, because that's when you beat the shit out of him, stagger him, and then kill him on the next turn. If possible, before then, you try not to make him aggressive before your egos are farmed. Otherwise, you won't be ready for the next
명령대로
stage.
하겠습니다.
He's also resistant. He's resistant to pierce, so you do need to be a little bit careful to about bringing any piercers against him. Yeah, see, he's very fatal to slash. Okay, that were 4 instincts. Yeah, so now he's going to frenzy mode. He gains the attack power up and the fragile. So all these have +3 attack power. You need to remember that because it is not reflected here when you clash. It may say it may sometimes say like neutral or favored, and if you look at the numbers it doesn't make sense. It's because you're not calculating the attack power up into this, and neither is the game, so you need to know this. So the safest way is to use egos to clash. In this case, I don't think I can do that sadly, because Rodion is 2 speed, so she can't intercept a 3 speed move. What can I do here? I could just take the piercings, honestly. Let's see, who's it hitting? It's hitting Otis. Otis has normal resistance. We can take that hit. Blind charge on... Ooh, on Sinclair though is a bit rough. Oh, it's not being clashed with. Okay, that's a problem. I need someone to take that, even if they won't win. Okay, you should try and clash that. It's a favored matchup. About there, yeah. I'm just doing the kind of quick maths in my head. Remember to check that you're clashing the things, because sometimes the game doesn't actually clash the moves that you want to be clashed. For example, here the game prioritizes the win rate, so it does not clash this move, but you should still do it, even if it has a pretty low chance to win. Just make sure the resistances are correct. Yisang has ineffective pierce, so even if this does hit, whatever, you know.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
So yeah, just try to maximize your wins and minimize your losses.
해냈어요.
Okay, there we go. Simple as. He's dead.
아름답진 않네.
Okay, abnormality up here done. This is the heal point. I'm going to go backwards because I do not want to get the healing yet. I want to show you guys every single fight and what you need. Double sword, usually a templar fight. Yep. Usually if it's swords, it's human fight, bring the blunt team. There will be no variants for the human, but the abnos do have variants, so you will need to take note of what abnos you will be fighting. And if you don't like what your team is against abno, just quit out and remake your team and try again. There are very few reasons to restart this dungeon. The only thing I can think of is you brought bleed against the boss and then you have literally no other option, so you're just gonna have to suffer through that. But honestly, all the bleeders right now are pretty damn strong. You could probably just brute force it. It's just gonna be really hard because she's gonna be healing like crazy.
행동을 개시합니다.
어떠냐?
Wow, I just won. Okay.
지금이 기회입니다.
Oh dear. Honestly, from my experience, Honglu is pretty squishy. You need to be a little bit careful with him. That's good.
간다.
Oh no. Yeah, nice.
재밌는 순간이에요. 야! 타! 늘 새롭다니까요.
지금이 기회입니다. 당연한 결과죠.
Okay, nice and easy. Nice and easy. We're heading to the bottom question mark field door. So here you need to pass a check, otherwise you lose some sanity. You just choose the check which you are strongest in with the highest sanity. It's based on what move, so you need to check what the moves of the characters are. I believe Loft is the yellow energy, the stone, and Wrath is the fire energy. So in this case, my Loft users are people like Yisang, I believe, and Sinclair, yeah. Let's use Loft then. Okay, not Sinclair apparently. Whoops. Let's see. Even without. There we go. Okay, very high because he has Sloth skill. Okay, nice. Open it up. Gain 20 sanity. Doesn't really matter. The reward is whatever. Okay, so now this opens the secret side door here. Fight an abnormality. I think this one's also just a regular fight. Oh, okay, no, these guys. Okay, so these are the other guys that you will encounter here. And these abnos are weak to blunt. Well, I say weak, but they take normal damage from blunt. They take reduced damage from everything else. So in general, try to bring characters who do blunt damage. You also need characters with good clashing power, and that is because their mechanic is very interesting.
재밌게 끌 거 없어. 바로 간다.
Now I'll explain more as we get into this fight. This one is easy because there's only 2 of them. Later on in the stage, I will be doing the optional fight, which includes 4 of you guys. So you guys should understand the mechanic before you get into that one, or you can just skip that one. I'll show you the route to skip that one. Okay, so the moves that you need to worry about here in this fight are Adjust Shell and Bone Blast. Adjust Shell is more important than Bone Blast, but both are equally important. You also need to understand Imperfect Imitation as a defense skill. So Adjust Shell, if it hits, it heals and gain Instinct. If they have Instinct above 4, they will do more of the bad moves, which is Adjust Shell and Bone Blast. So we want them to be low. In addition, for each instinct they have, they gain 1 attack power and 1 protection. So at 4 they gain 4, which is why the clashes seem impossible to win. So one strategy, if you cannot win the clash, or you feel like your odds are too terrible to try and even win this, is to make people who are resistant to the damage take them. So for example, their Adjust Shell and Bone Blast are pierce focused. So I could use someone like Faust to take that damage instead of let Ishmael take that damage. That's one way to kind of manipulate that. Let's see who they're targeting now. Okay, good. Faust is getting targeted by Adjust Shell. I have a 2-coin move that has a okay odds to beat that. This is Bone Blast against Ishmael. Ishmael really does not have any way of beating that. Let's see. I do have Upheaval, which is a 4 to 16. That has pretty good odds against this one. And then we got Eerie Eyes here. We can use Eerie Eyes on this guy. Should be able to win that. 2 coins versus 2 coins. Okay, now what you need to do is check. Do any of them have a defense skill active? If they do not, then it's free to attack them. So what we want to do here is we want to one-sided attack this guy because he has 4 instinct. And maybe get 1 or 2 people to attack this guy to get rid of that instinct. So I haven't clashed Adjust Shell yet. Let me think. Who should clash Adjust Shell here? Is a piercing attack.
어쩐 일이세요?
Unfortunately, I don't have anyone else who's resistant. Let me see. Oh wait, I could also. Another option is letting her just eat this move because she's resistant to the damage anyway. So. I could make Faust eat this. Yeah, I should make Faust eat that. Okay. And then we can make this move, clash with that. Okay, there we go. Eerie Eyes is one of the easiest moves to clash with. It's their weakest move and it's the move that they will use the most when they are not aggressive. So remember, we are just trying to get them to not be aggressive and remove all their instincts so we can get rid of all this attack power down. Okay, so now the most important guy is this one. So I need to remember, Faust is attacking this, so I'm going to drag Ishmael here. I'm going to drag Hailing Fist here. Okay, so then I'm going to re-drag Faust onto that. That is how you redirect the attack back to the characters that you want. It's unfortunately attacking... Oh, because she's faster. Whoops. Okay, no. In that case, I will have to do this. And then I will have to do like something like this. Okay, there we go. Yep. Because she's faster, she always intercepts the attack. In this case, I need to do this again. Alright, there we go. Now she's flashing that move. Okay. Alright. So, with all of that, looks pretty okay to me. Worst case scenario, Faust loses everything and eats all the piercing damage.
좋은 전략이네요.
But in general, we are getting their instinct to drop quite a lot. One more? Nice! Good job. Okay, good. Lots of hits here. So their instinct should be totally gone by the time we get to next turn. Alright, so now you see this defense move. If you see the defense move, try your best not to hit it. So if you read it, it says it copies the skill that hits this unit. If you use an ego, it will copy the ego and use it back on you, and that is how some people can get wiped. So in general, try not to. If they use it here, it still worked. So if you win this skill and hit him once, this skill still pops. But it only pops on the first skill. So the trick here is, we are going to use a simple skill Not very strong, not very bad. Make sure we can win this clash. Hit him once, and then we can just hit him for free afterwards. So I'm going to do like this. So boss will engage with that, likely win, trigger that, and the rest go ham. I'm just making sure that I am cycling correctly. There we go.
행동을 개시합니다.
Okay, she wins, she bonks, he counters. Okay. He always counters with a slash, so if you want, you can also use a slash resistant character to kind of eat that move. Ishmael took quite a lot there because she's fatal weakness to slash, so yeah, that's another option you can do. Okay, breaking them. What happens once you break them? So, when you break them, you want to dump as much damage into them as possible. Save your egos for either the passives or for clashing with big moves like Adjust Shell. So this one, it is Eerie Eyes. I think we can just use this and win. 5 to 13 with attack power 1. Yeah, even the minimum roll will win. Okay, good. Okay, so I want everyone to dump their strongest moves here. Inflict attack power down. I think I can use this one. And I think I will use hit 2 dice. This is better for damage wise. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Fire.
계정에 따라 실행합니다.
Okay, once the part breaks, you will start hitting his actual HP. The good thing is once their part breaks, what happens is all their moves like Adjust Shell or Bone Blast become 0 speed, so you can kind of eat that with anything. Yeah, you can see the broken arm has a closed eye here. It's very cool. Okay, so here he's countering. I don't want to eat that. I'm going to use a cheap move to try and intercept this. And then here we got Adjust Shell. I might pop an Ego to intercept that. Let's see. What should I do here? Can you beat this move? That's a pretty good odds actually to beat the move. That's 2 strikes instead of 1. And once this move is eaten by Loggerhead, we want to wail at him and kill him. So let's hit him with all we've got. For Heathcliff, I can delete this one and this one. Okay. That looks good. Alright,
행동을
fire.
개시합니다.
Ow. It's okay, there's a healing point later, so even if Ishmael takes this much damage, it's all good. Alright. Nice, there's no counter, we don't have to eat anything, we just need to win rate him. Dominating, yep, that's dominating. Get rid of this, get rid of this. Boom. Alright. Looking solid.
행동을 개시합니다.
Dagger. Activate damage mode.
시작한다.
I don't have to think too much anymore. The fight's basically done at this point. Once you understand the mechanics of the fight, it becomes quite fun to figure out the puzzle to manage all of them at once. In my opinion, if you guys really don't like it, then just skip the fights. Just take another route. Don't follow the route that I'm doing. Okay, so beating that guy will give you a key, and then you can go here, open the warehouse, and you can choose of several egos. Tremor is supposed to work after the patch. I believe they said they fixed burst tremor. Bleed is great, but my team has no bleed, so you know I'm not gonna use the bleed. I'm just gonna take this one that just straight up boosts the defense a little bit. Defense skill power. It's not even that good really right now because defense skill power just means when I block I get like +1 to the clash, so whatever. Okay, let's do a reverse. Boop. And let's go fight this guy. He is just regular enemies. So let's bring some healthy boys. Corroded, Yoshu, Sinclair, Dawn, Isang. Yeah, that's fine.
그럴듯한 예술이라면
Doesn't really
더 좋을
matter.
텐데 말이야.
I just want to kind of even everyone's HP out. Honglu's been taking quite a beating, unfortunately. Okay, let's get rid of Joust, get rid of that, get rid of that.
폭들을 제거하겠소.
기다려. 아직 안 끝났어.
승리했어.
Kind of lazy. I think I just let it fly. These guys are really no challenge at all. Just roll them over.
깨졌어.
The only thing I'm looking forward to now is just the Abno fight and the boss today.
승리했어.
These ones are just pretty damn easy. Even the templars are pretty easy if you bring the right team. Just bring a bunch of blunt and beat the shit out of them. Okay, blunt time. Boop 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 boop. Let's go.
표정이라면
Blunt team.
따르겠습니다.
Okay. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you.
행동을 개시합니다.
Yeesh.
표정에 따라 실행합니다.
I'm contemplating whether I should have restarted this fight. I think I can still win, so well. Yeah, Heathcliff getting staggered on turn 1 was like, that sucks.
다음 판단을 부탁합니다.
But I think it's not too big a deal.
늘 새롭다니까요.
Once you understand the fight, it's all in your favor.
표정에 따라
Just let it fly.
실행합니다.
I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? Someone dies here, I'll just go to the healing area and just revive them. But this is only for chapter 1. Another line of thinking that you could probably do is you can just build a few egos. Yeah, I think I said that actually. Yeah, like the main, pretty good ego for this stage. Okay, so torture chamber here is a boss fight, if I remember correctly. Yep, I always choose stop the torture. You get the healing, and then you just choose Sinclair because he has a Wrath skill. I've lost this with Sinclair. Enemies are inflicted with this debuff if you see it, and with my Sinclair I always succeed. So enemies are still blunt guys, so you just bring the blunt gang.
표정이라면 따르겠습니다.
But with attack 5 down, I don't understand how you're supposed to lose this fight if you succeed that check. So yeah, it's pretty free. And it's also one of the more story contributing events where Sinclair is kind of like, haha, I will not allow this torture to happen anymore. I'll face my fears and whatnot. Get rid of this, get rid of this.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
I can pop an ego here. I don't mind doing an ego pop here. Yep, there we go.
행동을 개시합니다. 모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
Ooh, I hit 3 separate targets. That's a good one. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. Clash him. Beat him up. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Oh wait, dual strike. No, that's pretty good. Get rid of you. Alright, let's let that fly.
행동을 개시합니다.
야! 타!
Yeah, look at that. Even Masol's winning his clash does really well. Attack power down is pretty significant.
야! 타!
Oh no, she lost. Ow. Oh well. Looks pretty alright to me. There we go. Fire!
표정에 따라 실행합니다.
가라앉는군요.
쉽네. 시작한다.
가라앉는군요.
Right, full heal. Get in there. This enemy is Slashy Boys. Okay, Slashy Boys bring a bunch of slashies to counter the slashy. Slashy, 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 and slashy. Okay, looks pretty alright to me.
그럴듯한 예술이
Right, four-legged beast. Week 2, slash. They deal slash and I think a few piercings, yeah. Okay, they have the same mechanics as the Wolfie boys just now. Except he has this extra one where at 50% he will just enter Fear Frenzy forever. So the goal here is to just target one guy down. Just straight up target one guy down. One thing you have to deal with unfortunately is the spam of dodge. You just have to get used to that one. If you can hit them a little bit, it's fine. Eventually they will aggravate and you'll just be able to attack them a lot. Let's see, what should we do here? Violent Scratch. Why is win rate not intercepting these? What's going on? Interesting. We should clash that one still. And what we can do is, since we're hitting these guys so much, is we can pop Isang's ego now. Apply that attack down. And speed us up for next turn, so we can actually intercept the things that we want. It's an option, of course. I think. Okay, let's just do that.
금방 다녀올게.
Yeah, you can see the dodging already being quite annoying.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
Oh no, she missed. It's just dodging things really. If they roll heads, there's nothing I can do. Alright, so one aggravated. And now with Isang's speed buff, we can intercept freely with everyone. Let's see. Okay, we got a bunch of stuff here that we can clash. Someone can clash this one for free. Let's think about this. If I activate win rate, what happens? Let's see. We got a struggler here. Which move is this? That Furious Chase. Wait again. Fighting against Furious Chase, that's fine. Okay. Let's see. Neutral and neutral. That's piercing against him. That's not great because unfortunately Sinclair is not very good at taking piercing damage. Read it again. Okay, there we go. That's good. That's good. Oh, I don't want you to take splashing. Then option here where you don't take slashing. Yes, there is. You can intercept rabbit ram and take piercing instead, with which you are ineffective. Even if you're struggling, it's totally fine because the damage is negligible. And we can favorite this one. Okay, that looks good to me. And then unopposed attack on you, perfect. Get rid of this move, get rid of this move. Trigger.
무불아위.
Nice, lots of damage. Oh wait, Sinclair hits quite a bit here. Oh no, never mind, I forgot. He has dodge, it's fine. Alright, that's a lot of hits, buddy. It's okay, resistant. Yep, very minimal damage, very good. Ah, low roll Rodion.
모든 걸 걷어들일 순 없었어.
Nice, 50 damage. We wish he could have rolled higher, but hey, you take what you can get, really. Alright. Let's see. This guy is 1 away from triggering. That guy is... I can't see. How much is he right now? Oh, okay, that's bleed, not okay, he doesn't have any instinct on him yet. Okay, let's see, let's activate win rate and see what happens first. This one is 511, sure, we can take that. 60-20, everyone else focusing on the top guy, that's perfectly fine by me. Oh wait, no, that's not fine by me. Cause if they both trigger at the same time, it's quite tricky to deal with. Okay, win rate, I don't like what you're doing. Let me think about it. Let's see, I think we should do something like this. Who wants to intercept Rabbit Ram? I think you can. It is piercing and you are normal resistance. Yep, sure, that's fine by me. You can play here. I should probably stay the last. Oh, but unfortunately you sunk slower. Oh well, nothing I can do about that one. Looks okay to me. Slashing is more damage, you should use slashing. Slay is 2 to 10. Might be better to do the strike down actually. Okay, maybe strike down. Yeah. Okay, besides that, everything else looks fine. Yep. We only want to trigger this guy, so that's why I'm making everyone attack him. Alright, looks fine.
해보겠습니다.
Let's go, boys. Oh, that's a dodge right there. Nice, good damage. Oh dear. Actually, no, that's only 2 hits, it's fine. Can we get a dagger maybe? Oh, that's Pierce, unfortunately. Okay, oh boy. Oh right, I forgot the 50% health thing. Ah, shit. Ah, crap. Well, that ain't good. That is really not good. We only have a few people who can pierce. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Whew. This is rough. This is real rough. Okay, Yisung might just die here, but hey, if Yisung dies and they're at this HP, the game's pretty much won, honestly. Oh, I can actually use Ebony Stem, except I probably won't be doing that. I do not want to use any ego except the ones I have. We'll pop everything onto this guy. If Yisung dies, he dies. Just let him die. We just need to make sure we kill one of them for one person. Yep, that's pretty good already. Alright, Yisung, good luck.
해보겠습니다.
Yep, once you get rid of one of them, this fight becomes super manageable.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
One thing I could have done better was Yisung on the previous turn when I was about to aggravate all of them. Then I could have interacted with them this turn. Bye Yisung, you died for a worthy cause. We will avenge you. Alright. Okay, let's pop our egos. It's ego time. Oh wait, this one's a 3 to 10. Okay, no, that's pretty shit.
금방 다녀올게.
Just kill him.
나의 손으로 잘라낼 수 있다면
모든 걸 걷어들일 순 없었어.
Nice and easy.